Going everyone, Lotfi here. So today I'm gonna go over why I started charging my clients Stripe and conversion fees, and how it's probably costing you at least $150,000 a year, depending on how much you make, obviously, because 3% of nothing is nothing, but so it goes up depending on how much you make. Now I'm assuming most people watching this are probably six-figure business owners, or you're running some kind of high-ticket consulting business or e-learning company. And I'm also going to give you three alternatives, because it's one thing to just charge them, and it's another thing to find a solution that works best for both of you, right? Because otherwise they're just paying more. But the real issue here is it's not you and it's not them. It's kind of the middle person, the middleman, right? So here, for example, the middleman is Stripe or whatever credit card processing company that you use. So we have to look at, okay, what are the other options that we can use? So first thing for me, I started seeing payments coming in like $5,000, and then I would notice I'm literally paying $500 in Stripe, and because I realized the conversion fee is separate, and it's literally I saw literally $500 going out in fees, which is crazy, right? So that was the turning point for me. And the thing is, I've run it for a long time, and I kind of just never looked at it. I just thought, it's just 3% and some conversion fees. I just always sucked it up. But I realize now, with the new goals that I have, it's much more important to just look at these little leakages, which is kind of what I put, right? It's like the main reason is leakage, because it's all these little leakage points in your business that kind of add up, right? Because you're paying taxes, you're paying this, you're paying that, you're paying 34% to Stripe plus conversion fees, you're paying some here, so it all kind of adds up, right? So and since this is in our control and there's all the other options, you might as well fix it if you can, right? So yeah, so this works best if you're doing high ticket and phone sales. So for some business, if you're doing SaaS, if you're doing like lots of small payments and stuff, this probably won't work. So this is specifically for high ticket business owners. And if you're doing ideally phone sales or just high ticket sales, and especially if you're doing high ticket recurring payments, right? Like an agency. So if you're like, for me, I have like an agency type offer that's recurring. This is what it works best for. So like I said here, obviously 5K payments, I'm paying literally 10% in fees, which is like, the 3% is a bit of a lie. Like, first of all, there's the fee itself, and then there's like the opportunity cost, because you could have used that 3% to do something else. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then, like I said here, so 3% loss every single month. And the truth is, you're already paying so much in taxes already. Like if you're in America, you're paying 30-40%. Why would you add on another 3-5% when you can avoid it? Like I said, if you can't avoid it, then it is what it is. But if there are other options, why not use those options, right? Just because for the convenience. So, this can be invested into making the client experience better or getting more clients, right? Because you can put the money into ads. So let's say, you're already getting 3x ROI into ads. You're putting an extra, let's say you made $1 million. You put the extra $30,000 back into ads. That's an extra, let's say doing 5x ROI, that's an extra like 150K. So, and then there's the opportunity cost of that 150K being reinvested again. So it's a constant opportunity cost, right? That you could have been making. Or hiring someone. 30 grand that's a whole salary, right? That's literally a whole person you can hire. So obviously it depends how much you make, right? It depends how much you make, but if you're in business, you're probably making like at least 100 grand a year. So it's at least $3,000, $3,000 to $5,000 that you're giving away for no reason. So like I said here, that's an extra $100 a month, 100K a year, you're paying all that in fees. If you're doing $1 million a year, that's like more than 30,000. Because don't forget, 30,000, the 3% is just the Stripe fees. Then there's also conversion fees. That's the thing I didn't realize. Because if you're charging someone in dollars and you're in, let's say, Canada or in UK like me, there's a conversion fee first, and then the Stripe take the 3%. So it's actually more than 3%. It's like 5%, up to 10, depending on how it works. So there's three ways to combat this. Like I said, obviously there is you, there is them. None of you want to pay the fees. Let's say you're charging $5,000. You just want your $5,000. They just want to pay you $5,000. They don't want to pay more, right? And you don't want to receive less. You want to receive exactly $5,000. You want them to pay you $5,000. So yeah, so here's a couple ways to go around it, where it might be painful for them, and some options are where it's both win-win for both of you. right? Because obviously if I'm working with a company, I don't want to be paying fees as well, but there's ways around it. And this depends if you're doing recurring payments or one time. So I'll get into these. So the first thing you can do, which is what I've been doing actually, is you just add the 3% fee in the Stripe invoice every time, which is very easy. So you just take the $5,000, and actually I added more than that. Also adding, if there's a conversion fee, you want to add that in as well. So you just add on the 3% fee and the conversion fees, and you just let them know, right? Like, this is the fee for us. This is the Stripe and conversion fees and all that crap. And the reason we add this in is because, we have fixed costs and we have things we have to pay for, and we can't afford to keep paying the fees which kind of reduces your experience working with us, because we want to give you the best service. And if it's costing us $500 to receive your money, it does kind of affect your service over time, because every month we're getting billed $500 just to receive your payment. So, which is crazy. So that's the kind of reason you can give them. And obviously you just be honest with it, right? Like, I want to work with you. I want to give you the best experience possible. And if I'm paying extra $400-500, that does reduce the experience I can give you, because I can use that money to make your experience better and get you more results. Because don't forget, it's opportunity cost for them as well. That's an extra $300 you could use to build a better system in your fulfillment, which helps them, which gets them more results. But instead, it's going to Stripe, So, secondly, have them pay you in crypto. Now, if you're doing one-time payments, this is amazing. If your offer is just 10 grand one-off or $5,000 just one time, this is perfect. You just get them to pay you in crypto, and ideally you want to accept it in stablecoin. So this is what I've been doing this recently as well. So I have a client and I just asked, and they offered to pay in crypto, which is great, or you can offer them. And essentially I just let them know, like, just pay me in USDC. I give them my USDC address. You can also do USDT, but try and do it in stablecoins. And either way, whether you do stablecoins, because I receive payments in Ethereum as well. As soon as you receive the amount, just convert it to your currency straight away. Don't hold it in your account for like, oh well, unless you already have so much cash you don't care and you want to invest in that coin long term anyway. My recommendation is you just convert it straight away into cash and you transfer it to your bank account immediately. Because generally you don't want to hold any money in exchanges anyway. So whether you want to keep the crypto that they give you, take it off the exchange. If you're going to convert it to your local currency immediately, take it off the exchange as well. So this is a great way to do it. And once again, you can remove the fee in here. In these ones, I might just add like a little bit, like $5-10, just like transfer fees or whatever. But it's nowhere near 3%. It's like 0.01. So yeah, so in those ones, you can not even include it. But crypto, one-time payments is perfect. You receive the whole amount. They probably don't pay fees. You get it nice and fast. No middleman. And it's great. So that's one thing I would highly recommend. A lot of people these days have crypto, especially business owners. So you might as well have it. And the exchange that I use is called Kraken. I like to use Kraken exchange. You can use any exchange you want. But this is just the one that I really like. I've done lots of business with them and they're very good. So I try to do all my purchases through them unless a coin is on like some weird smaller exchange, in which case I can't use them, right? Next is using, so like I said, so if you're doing recurring, use a recurring crypto service like, and there's a new one that came out. It's called Monarch Pay, and there's some other options. Once again, some of these crypto companies, they're also going the Stripe route and trying to charge you 1 to 3%. And once again, that's just crazy. So this one I think is very cheap. It's like 0.2 or 0.02. So it's a new one. I haven't tried it out yet because I don't want to receive too many crypto payments, honestly, because you have to deal with the conversion and then transfer it to your bank account each time, which can be annoying. But I am going to be testing this one out. So this is another way you can do it, which is receiving recurring crypto payments. You're going to have to research this a little bit more. Number 4 is, this is probably the best one, is setting up, especially if you do recurring, by the way, is set up a direct debit plan with them. Or you can do like ACH or like fast payment if you do like a one-time payment, and you essentially send them a link and then they can pay through the bank app instantly. But direct debit is even better because they just give you their information online. Exactly the same thing as filling out a card form. Obviously, there's more rules with direct debit, so make sure you read up on it before you start doing direct debit, everyone, because there are like the mandates and stuff like you have to follow. But this is a great way because the fees are like nothing. Like literally 5,000 euros will cost you like $11. So it's literally nothing. Like compared to Stripe, that would be like, I don't even know, like $150. Literally 11 is like 15 times cheaper, more than 15 times cheaper to do it through a direct debit. And it's super easy to set up. It's super cheap. So why not do it? If you're doing recurring payments, high ticket, I would use this. And then we also have one-time transfers. So once again, if you're getting big one-time payments, and that's how you typically work, then TransferWise is great. And also you can also set up bank accounts in every single country, which essentially allows you to receive in all these currencies, and then you can exchange to your one when the rate is good, i.e. at the best rate. So that's another way to do it. And then lastly, if you're doing high volume, so if you're someone that does do high volume, low ticket payments, let's say on Stripe, whatever, you can negotiate with Stripe to lower the fees. So that is something that I would do. So if you're doing high volume, like 1 to 2K, for example, if you're on the low end of the high ticket range, then I will try and negotiate a fee. Maybe you can get it down to 1.9 or 2.5. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how much they do, but I do know a lot of people that get lower fees with these processes. There are also other merchant processes that can get you lower fees as well. I should have probably added the same, but this is mainly for people who are doing bigger volumes. So, but I haven't tried them out myself just yet, but they do exist. So if you have high volumes, you can get like a custom plan with a merchant. So I should probably add that in, custom plan with merchant for lowest fees. So that's all there is for today. So this is kind of how I'm setting things up, simply because, especially as you grow your business, you want to have the right foundation. So in my case, I'm getting lots of crypto payments, and I'm also doing the recurring. So it might be a mix, right? So you might be getting some payments from Stripe with the 3%, because some people they only want to pay that way, which is fine, and they're happy to give you the 3% extra. Some people will pay you in crypto, and then some people will have the direct debit set up with you. Now this obviously depends if you do recurring or if you have one-time payments mainly. That's all there is for today. Let me know if you have any thoughts, if there's any specific ways you like to go about accepting payments. And that's all I have for today, and I'll see you soon.